Hello everyone, Mythic here, and welcome to another Lucium Total War update video. However, this isn't an update video focused on Lucium 3.0 anymore, as in the last month we released Lucium 3.0. Remember to go download it, the link will be in the description, and join our Discord server for more updates about Lucium's future. So, what is this video about? If it is not a proper update video, this is more of an update of the status of the mod, and where we're going next. Now that we're done with Lucium 3.0, we're moving into Bolívar's 2.0, the South American campaign, and as well as working on Europe 3.5. We are going to be talking a little bit about 3.5 later on in this video, however, first we're going to start off with Bolívar's, so stick around until later if you want to know the future of Europe. Now, first, and most importantly, we've brought our new menu in, which we talked about in 1.1, so if you do have 1.1 for the South American campaign, you will have this glorious menu. However, this side area is looking a bit empty. Well, we're going to be fixing that. We are taking up an additional 16 faction slots for 2.0 as of right now. We are not going to announce all of the factions being added inside of this video. However, we have probably talked about it a lot inside the Discord server, so you might know it from there. And I think our map extension is going to probably let a bit of a clue out of who's getting added to the mod. Now, if you look in the bottom left, you can probably see the main point of this video, and that is to announce the addition of Mexico and the Caribbean. So yes, Mexico and the Caribbean have been added to Bolívar's, so I'm assuming you can guess who might be added in 2.0. Obviously the Mexican Revolution, and we also have plans to split up the viceroyalties of Spain, so we'll have Nueva España and the viceroyalty of Peru being separate entities, which was of course more accurate to history than we currently have it. Not exactly accurate, but much closer. So as you can see, we have the cities all done. We have not added the garrisons. We have not built the cities up yet. However, we have the map done. Another beautiful map. And our favorite, these little islands, which also will be given to some of the European powers. So as you can see, the British have actually grown much larger, getting, I think, 4 new cities. But yeah, so Britain is more of a colonial force. So are the Dutch and the French. And we are going to be adding new factions in the Mapuche territories, which you will see later on, of course, in future update videos that we're having about the mod. And we've also changed around some of the regions in this area. We've done a complete region overhaul, like with names and things like that, as well as redoing the borders. So cities have been more accurately placed. We've got more historically accurate cities like Mendoza, as well as accurate borders for like the Liga Federal, and just a whole lot of other things. We'll also be making changes to a lot of starting positions. Of course, those aren't set in stone 100% yet, but we will be changing the start to Gran Colombia, and we will also be changing the start to Brazil, just to name a few. A new feature that we've also added to 2.0, and which will be in 3.5 for Europe, is a portrait overhaul, especially for the 1800s, because we had a lot of 1700s portraits. So now all of these portraits have been modernized to look a lot nicer, a lot neater, a lot better, and they're more of the same theme. We've also pulled over some of the nationality traits, so you'll see stuff like is Spanish, or even of dubious heritage, which implies a lot of the mixed race that occurred down here in South America at the time. And to talk more about the future of South America, we'll be doing a unit overhaul as well for 2.0. So basically, we're going to be changing the entire mod and just making it a lot nicer and a lot better, a lot more polished experience, and hopefully more historically accurate. Now, without further ado, let's turn our minds to Europe. Now, welcome back to the Europe campaign. Now, first of all, we are having 2 new factions being added to the mod. However, there are less additions and more changes to our current faction lineup. So, over here in Germany, Westphalia is not really a historically accurate faction. So, we've decided to change Westphalia to the Landgraviate of Hesse-Kassel, which isn't going to be a much more drastic change, just more of a historical accuracy sort of change to the mod, so we can claim more historical accuracy. And further on, this is something a lot of people have asked for, a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. We are going to be adding the Dutch. We are going to be adding the United Provinces, which will be Amsterdam and Groningen. Of course, I'm not going to say Groningen well, because MT has corrected me numerous times on that, however. We are going to be making the Duchy of Cologne the United Provinces, and we are going to be making Westphalia the Landgraviate of Hesse-Kassel. You also might notice there are some new cities in this region, like Saarbrücken in the Saarland, Groningen, of course, and Kassel itself. These are all just flavor changes, as well as one new region being added to Russia, in the form of Saransk, which is sort of in the Russian heartland, hopefully in an effort to sort of buff Russia and provide a more interesting main Russian area. And so, of course, we'll have to move some characters around. no major changes have been made to the Deskar strat as of yet. Now, onto the really big and honestly one of my favorite personal changes coming in Lucium 3.5, the addition of new religions and personal religions. So, if for instance we are to look at Berlin, for example, you might notice there are 10 different religions now. Actually, I think it's closer to 8, but there are eight religions shown here. So we have Roman Catholic, Orthodox Christianity, Sunni Islam, Calvinist Protestant, Anglican Protestant, Lutheran Protestant, Shia Islam, and Judaism. And these all have their own little custom pictures, which were very nicely done. And they're different depending on the region you're in. So more mixed in Jerusalem, obviously more Sunni in these major like Sunni towns. And if you're to come over here, say, into Persia, you'll get more Shia Islam. And basically this goes all the way around. So things are different. You've got the Roman Catholics, of course. You've got the Anglicans. You've got all sorts of religions just spread all around, and hopefully done in a close to historically accurate way. But to come with these new religions, we've also added a new system called personal religions. So every single leader, so like generals, will all have their own personal religions. So right here we can see that King Augustus is a Reformist Protestant. Over here Michael is a Catholic. Alfred of Leeds over here is an Anglican Protestant. Leonard is a Church of Scotland Protestant. Philip is Catholic. So as you can see, inside a faction there are many different kinds of religions that a character may have, and all of these will have some bonuses or debuffs depending on the religion and the state religion in the country. Some characters also choose to be agnostic, and some characters also choose to be atheist, which is of course randomized, but hopefully adds a little flavor and allows for more roleplay inside of the mod. Now I will say one last thing before moving on, and a number of people have pointed this out. We do have a lot of historically inaccurate names that are just out of the time period in Persia, and I will be saying, personally, I will be changing those. We'll do a historical revision of these, and so hopefully people will be a lot more happier with that. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you are all excited for Lucium 3.5 and 2.0 Bolivars as we are, and remember to join our Discord server and go download the mod if you haven't already.